Imagine the wonderful Beatles song. Imagine all the people
Yeah.
living, but it starts with that, and it is not such a far-fetched idea. And people, it starts with this imagination that you, and just like I said, imagine yourself in 1 year doing everyday things like this. How would you live? Imagine humanity if it would change, and because in a way on an individual level it really works like that. If somebody feels really guilty about themselves or guilty about something, or they feel a bit of stuck emotions and they feel a bit down, that determines the way that they see themselves, and they see themselves in the future, and that determines the choices that they make and how they experience their life. So they create in a way their life, or going in that direction, on based on how they feel. But
Mm.
that goes for the whole of humanity as well. If this whole collective consciousness, all these individuals feel really like we're really bad human beings anyway, and we feel shit anyway, and it's not good, and yeah, then we're gonna go that direction, going from emptiness into destruction, basically. And
Yeah.
this is, I think, very important that what we are feeding ourselves mentally day in, day out, is a lot of negative images about the world, about the possibilities in the world. I don't know many. I know one, it's called La Belle Verde, the green earth, the beautiful green, sorry, the movie is called, which is about a beautiful future. But most of the movies I know, and that we get fed in a way from a young age of how the future is going to be, is about an apocalyptic event happening in the future, the
Mm.
whole world going completely broken, that everything is turning to shit, basically. And that's the imagination that we have about our future. So if I ask now a lot of young people how they see the future, they have a very, very negative image about their future. And that is exactly how people will behave. So if we start to, in a way, feed ourselves with this imagination, how the future can be, and start to, as a collective consciousness, get onto a different perspective towards our future, we start to behave differently, we start to create differently. One more thing about this, they did, for example, tests with research about, if you have children that you keep saying they're bad kids, you don't do anything else, but you just say something negative to them, that's exactly the way that they're going to behave. And if you treat and say to a kid that they're very good, that they're friendly, that's exactly the way that they're going to behave. And we keep telling ourselves now that we are really bad, that we should feel guilty, that everything is turning to shit. It's not helping. Everybody
Yeah.
knows that our behavior is wrong. Everybody knows that already. What has to change is this inner vision about ourselves, about what we can do, not what we should not do, but what we can do, how we could change, and put the focus on that. And then things will start to happen.
Yeah. Well said. Well said.
We create our own reality as an individual, but also as a collective consciousness on this earth. All the circumstances, uh, we can we can influence that on a deeper level by feeding ourselves with good stuff mentally.